All right. It's gonna be weird, but I really want to do this. I really, I really want to start creating something. Um, it's gonna feel awkward at first, but I hope the more I do it, the easier it becomes and the better it goes. I honestly, I don't care if it's good or bad. I kind of just have to do it. Um, I was talking to my wife yesterday night, and I find myself coming over and over to the same, repeating the same, I guess, like patterns of thought, right, and discussions. And I tend to do this a lot with a lot of aspects of my life. But one of them, um, that at least in the last year or so, I keep coming back to is this, I don't know, this feeling of like almost like emptiness, right? Um, this like craving that I have to create something. And it is cyclical for me. Like I keep coming back to it because, of course, I don't act on it. Um, but the reason that I don't act on it, and trying to justify here, but analyzing why I don't act on it, I believe it's because I'm overwhelmed over what is it that I want to create. Um, why is it overwhelming? If we digest that as well, it is overwhelming because I want it to be good. Whatever I create, I want it to be great. I want it to be perfect, I guess. Not gonna say perfect, but I want it to be great. Um, so that adds a lot of pressure. It adds a lot of pressure to action because then I start overanalyzing. All right, but what are the things that are more worth it? Like, what is something that has the highest chances of being great if I were to do it? And I guess the other thing is like, what is the definition of great? Like, if I'm thinking about, for example, like building some sort of app or something, right? Like that, I work in the space, so like I'm like, well, I want to code, I want to create an app. How do I build an app that's going to be useful for people? It's going to be successful in the sense like people will want to use it and uh, they will use it. It it almost adds too much of a pressure, right? Like it prevents me from the action of creating, which I think at the end of the day, it's what's valuable. Like it's what I'm craving. I'm really not. If I boil down the feeling to what is it that like it's most basic state. I want to put my energy into something, and I want to be engaged in it, and I want to enjoy doing it. And really, when you think about that, when you think of that way, it is detached from the outcome. Like the need really is to put in the work. It doesn't matter the result, right? Um, and I guess that's what I need to internalize, and that's what I always internalize, or not internalize, but that's what I always come back to every time I have these cycles of thought. It's like, well, it doesn't matter. I just need to take action, right? But I don't. Um, I end up like it. I guess it just doesn't click. Um, yeah, I guess it doesn't click, and then I don't take action. I don't start building something. I give up in the face of this big monster that is, I guess, possibility. Um, Hence why I want to do this. I I want to create something, even if it is bad. I don't care. Like, I'm doing this for me, really. I don't care if anybody watches this. I'm probably going to start posting this somewhere, and no one ever is going to see this. One or two views, maybe my mom, my brothers. Um, but that's not the point. I don't want to do something with the goal being that it is successful, if that makes any sense. I feel like when you start doing something, um, especially when it comes to, I don't know, I want to generalize it. Like, when you, let's see if I can generalize it. When you start creating something with its sole motivation being it being popular, or it being consumed by a lot of people, um, I feel like it loses its authenticity, right? Like, the it's almost like the pure intention, the I don't know, there's some sort of like vital essence in there that's lost. And especially right now, like with LLMs and AI, like, I could easily just, you can easily go to ChatGPT, whatever, Claude or whatever, and you tell it, make me a script to talk about something. But what is the point of that? You're not you're not scratching the ultimate itch, which is that you're not actually putting your brain to work to create. So you're missing the whole point, at least for me, and what my goal is, I guess, right now, is that I need to create something instead of consume, you know whether it is good or bad. It doesn't matter. I just need to start creating more than consuming, because, brother, it's crazy. It's tough. Like, I can feel my brain just like run away almost. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see if this works out. I mean, I know what I'm going to be talking about. Um, I'll try to come up with stuff that I think about throughout the day, and then just off the cuff, just and just like straight out of the dome, start talking about it. But yeah, I don't know. Um, there's this other thought that, I mean, and again, it came from, um, just talking to my wife yesterday. I feel bad, kind of sidetracked. I feel bad really because I mean I've gone to therapy before. I don't go currently. I don't want to pay for it really. That's what it really boils down to. I don't want to pay for therapy. Um, but I feel bad because all this, I guess, like thought processing and this insight and whatever I do, I kind of just land on my wife, and and I don't know. I almost feel guilty putting her through it. Um, she's a saint, and she appreciates me talking to her and speaking my mind. I don't know. I feel guilty mainly because of the cyclic nature of my problems. Let's call them. It's like I talked to her. I thought about my frustrations. We kind of hash it out. She gives me solutions. We come up with solutions together, and then a week goes by. I don't do anything about it. And then, another week goes by, and then I bring, I'm frustrated again. I vent once more. So I mean, I bet of course, she's a saint. She'll never say so, but I bet she's tired of it. I bet she's tired of it. I mean, who wouldn't be? You're just yapping over and over again about the same bullshit. But it is what it is, right? But anyways, what I was going to talk about, another interesting thought that I had yesterday. More of a thought is a feeling, right? Like similarly, it's very similar to the other one, where it's like the concept of like craving creating something. It's like the desire to fulfill your truest potential, right? Um, I don't know. I mean, is this human nature? Is this me? I know many people share this as well, but lately I've been, um, I'll say feeling. Lately I've been really. The thought has been in the back of my mind of like, I've worked really hard for everything that I've gotten so far in my life, and I'm really really proud of where I have gotten to this stage. Um, for the most part, everything that I worked towards, I have achieved, and I have a wonderful life. I couldn't be more grateful. Like I'm so happy of where I'm at right now. But at the same time, I feel like I I'm afraid that I've become more complacent than I've been before. I'm afraid of what I'm seeing in my subconscious, let's call it behavior, going through life, especially over the last year or so. When it comes to pursuing my true potential, like I have really high expectations of what I can become um, in many areas of life, and I feel like I've been really lazy um, over the over the last however long. I mean, I don't know, maybe last year or so, maybe 2 years. Lazy in the sense of like, mm, lazy is not the word. I think I'm a little bit conflicted. I'm a little lost, right? I have these vibes of these expectations that I have of what I want to become, but like they're not clear. Like I don't know exactly what the goals are, right? So it's hard when you don't have a clear goal. It's hard to find the, I guess, the motivation or to work towards it. Um, there's I don't, I forgot the quote. I'll have to look it up. But it comes to mind something about like there, if um, if a ship doesn't know where it's sailing, no wind can take it there, you know, or no wind can take it to its destination or something like that. I'll have to look it up. I'm paraphrasing, but that's kind of how I feel. Is I don't know exactly. I'm conflicted on what I want, I guess, and because I haven't settled that conflict, then I can't take action towards it, and I feel lazy, and I feel ashamed, really, um, of not working towards it. Like one of the specific example I have in mind is work, right? This is my job. I've worked really hard to get to where I'm at in my job, but now for the last year or so, I've been feeling the itch to kind of go somewhere else, go somewhere better. But for me to go somewhere better, it's definitely a risk, and I'm a relatively risk averse person. It's definitely a risk because I mean, my job that I have right now, it's really comfortable, and I'm okay. I'm okay with the pay. It's fine. That's the main motivating factor if you wanted to go somewhere else is that I feel like there's not a lot of progression for me here, so it's time to go somewhere else. But I don't know what that somewhere else will look like, right? I've had this dream of always working at a certain company. Um, More of like an ego thing, to be honest. It's just like, oh well, I can prove to myself that I'm good enough to be working, which sounds so stupid when I'm saying this out loud, but it is true. I can prove to myself that I'm good enough, that I'm great enough to be working at like this top firm, right? And like I know I am smart enough to achieve it. Just I need to put in the work to achieve that. I need to study and prepare and do all these things to get there. And because I haven't decided that I actually do want to give up on what I have and go for the unknown, it's hard to find the motivation to do all this preparation, right? Um, so that's kind of the conflict that I'm facing right now. But then again, I always come back to it's again, it's cyclical, and I keep talking about it, and I keep thinking about, well, but I do want to leave. I do want to leave, and I want, if I don't do this, and if I don't risk it, I feel like I'll regret it. I feel like it goes against that whole point of how far can I go, like achieving that my true potential, right? If I don't, the only way to get there is by putting myself in positions for growth, and positions for growth are uncomfortable, right? That's when you grow. I mean, the analogy to like muscles, same thing. You put them through mechanical tension, put them through strain, and then muscles grow. Similarly, for like learning in the brain, it's the same situation. Like neuroplasticity, the way it works is, it's intense periods of activity, and there's some stuff in there like regarding like triggering like the safety mechanisms in your brain, like how safe you feel, like you know if there's like I believe like adrenaline or something. When you put your brain in an uncomfortable state for a period of time and then have long periods of rest, that's when neuroplasticity happens, right? So again, anyways, what I'm trying to say is, if I want to achieve my true potential, I have to do this. I feel like I owe it to myself, and it's I feel like I regret it if I don't, even if it's not the safest route. Yeah, I guess that's my answer. Yeah, I guess I just have to do it. I don't know. This sounds so much better in my thoughts than when I actually speak it out loud. Um, but that's the second thing that I wanted to chat about. Is yeah, kind of that craving to fulfill, to I don't know, seek that mastery. I guess seek that best version of yourself. I should probably journal a lot of these thoughts. That might make for better videos. Again, going see falling back in the trap. Oh well, what would people want to watch? What's going to be more convenient for people to watch? What's what will people be interested in? Yeah, I guess it matters, but I mean I don't know. Not right now to me. Not right now. I need this just as an outlet right now. I don't need this to be anything else really at this point. It would be nice if it becomes something else, but as of now, nothing. It's fine. It's fine as it is. Who cares? I shouldn't. I don't think I'm gonna call it.